Have you ever met someone out of the blue? Today, we explore a powerful story of love and fate. Karen had just divorced her husband. The pain was fresh, the torture of the mind was a bit more than she could endure. Following extensive deliberation, she decided to let go of the past and became hopeful about continuing her life. One fateful day, she walked into a coffee shop in Seoul. Little did she know, destiny awaited her there. At the same coffee shop, Nathan was enjoying his coffee. He'd just moved to Korea but felt lonely in a foreign land, foreign to him, because he was born and lived in the USA. He had a few family members in Korea, but he hardly knew them. The aroma of coffee hung in the air, a perfect backdrop for a new beginning. Karen and Nathan locked eyes. An unexplainable spark ignited between them. They smiled to each other. It felt as though they had known each other forever. He gazed at her with a quiet certainty and walked to her table. He smiled to her and then they introduced themselves to each other. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, sharing stories, dreams, and laughter. Karen felt a rush of warmth. Nathan was genuine, easy to talk to and engaging. They discovered many shared interests. Both loved travel, adventure, and trying new foods. It felt effortless, like two pieces of a puzzle fitting together. They chose to accompany each other to explore the city. As they spent more time together, Karen realized that Nathan was different than her ex-husband. Nathan was caring, understanding, and fun. He respected her past yet celebrated her future, they might have together. If there were something she wanted him to know, she would be honest and tell him. Their connection deepened over coffee dates, lunch, and walks through Seoul's vibrant streets. The city became their romantic backdrop. Each day brought new adventures, walking in intimate manner, with arms linked, fueling their love and wrapped in the moment, a life she had been dreaming of. In summary, Karen and Nathan found love unexpectedly. Their connection blossomed where pain once resided. Nathan had become her haven, his shoulder, her pillow. This is a reminder that love can appear when least expected, even in unfamiliar places. Ready to explore your own love story? Don't wait for the perfect time. Step out, meet new people, and embrace the unexpected. Love may be right around the corner. As days turned into weeks, Karen and Nathan explored Seoul together, wandering hand in hand through the historic palaces and bustling markets. The laughter they shared echoed off the walls, blending seamlessly with the city's sounds. She was at peace at last, so happy, her body trembled with joy. With each passing moment, each gaze, each touch, Karen's heart healed a little more, and the shadows of her past began to fade. The once barren landscape of her emotions blossomed in the warmth of Nathan's presence. He gave her emotional abundance, and she began to believe in the possibility of forever. One afternoon, while savoring street food at a local festival, Nathan's eyes sparkled with mischief as he playfully challenged Karen to a food-eating contest. With laughter bubbling between them, they each picked up skewers of spicy tteokbokki, eager to take on the challenge. She didn't like spicy food, but she braved the spiciness and ate. Each bite was torture, but she ate, leaving the heat in her mouth. She softened it with plain cucumber. The vibrant atmosphere, filled with the sounds of vendors and the aroma of sizzling delights, made every bite an adventure, and Karen couldn't help but get swept up in the joyous spontaneity of the moment. Karen's competitive spirit ignited as she dove into the contest, her laughter mingling with the buzz of excitement around them. With each spicy bite, her cheeks flushed, and the heat from the tteokbokki only added to the thrill of the moment. Nathan cheered her on with profound affection, urging her to take one more bite, his playful charm making her heart race even faster. As they reached the final skewers, a symphony of cheers erupted from the surrounding crowd, drawing them further into the exhilarating atmosphere. In that fleeting moment of joy, Karen realized that she was not just savoring delicious food, she was also savoring the intoxicating feeling of new love blooming amidst the simplicities of life. The crowd roared as Karen and Nathan continued their playful competition, laughter ringing in the air like music. With one last skewer in hand, Karen paused dramatically, eyes sparkling with mischief as she proclaimed, "Winner gets to plan our next adventure." The challenge hung in the air, electric and enticing, as Nathan's eyes widened with excitement. This was no ordinary meal, it was a celebration of their connection, a memory that would linger long after the tastes had faded. Karen and Nathan stood amid the noise, their eyes locked in a shared understanding that this was just the beginning of a beautiful connection. With hearts full of promise and laughter, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever adventures life would throw their way. At the end of her troubles, life had woven them together into a beautiful textile of hope, joy, and adventure. As days turned into weeks, the air around Karen and Nathan crackled with new beginnings. Every shared moment felt charged with possibilities, and each glance exchanged was a silent promise, each smile filled with unspoken sentiment. Karen closed her eyes, she soaked in the feelings Nathan gave her. One sunny afternoon, they ventured to a charming cafe with a stunning view of the Han River, where the sun danced on the water's surface like 1,000 glittering diamonds. Karen savored the sweet aroma of freshly baked pastries, while Nathan excitedly recounted tales of his travels, his passion sparkling in his eyes. Karen listened intently, her heart swelling as Nathan painted vivid pictures of his adventures. She loved how his voice animated each story, making her feel as if she were traveling right alongside him. As the wind gently tousled her curly hair, Karen felt a sense of security she hadn't known in years. It was as if a warmth of hope and connection was slowly replacing all the uncertainty that had clouded her life. Nathan paused mid-sentence, noticing her gaze lingering intently on him. "What about you? What's your dream destination?" he asked with genuine curiosity, leaning forward. This simple question opened the door to a delightful exchange, revealing the depths of Karen's spirit, yet she refrained from expressing what she needed. However, her eyes sparkled with enthusiasm as she began to share her travel dreams. "I've always dreamed of wandering through the markets of Marrakesh, feeling the pulse of life in every color and sound," she said, her imagination painting scenes of vibrant tapestries and fragrant spices. Nathan nodded, captivated by her words, as a vision of their future adventures unfolded in his mind. "And what else? Do you have a bucket list?" he urged, his eagerness infectious. Karen chuckled softly, running a hand through her hair, and said, "Yes. I do have a curated life list. I've been working on it for over a year, and I'm still incrementing it. Hiking the fjords in Norway has always called to me. It seems like a glimpse into nature's wild beauty." Opening her arms, she said, "I want to travel the world to see beautiful scenery." As she continued detailing her aspirations, Karen discovered an unexpected joy in opening up to Nathan, feeling a bond deepen with every enthusiastic phrase shared. The cafe buzzed around them, but in that moment, it felt like they existed in their own world, tethered only by their dreams of exploration and adventure. Karen's stories sparked a flame in Nathan, fueling his imagination with visions of shared escapades. "I can see us exploring those vibrant markets and hiking through the fjords," he said, his voice filled with excitement. "What if we made it happen together?" The thought lingered in the air, electrifying the space between them as Karen's heart raced at the idea. "Together? That sounds like a dream come true," she exclaimed, her eyes shining brightly. The prospect of embarking on these adventures hand in hand was exhilarating, filling Karen with hope as she envisioned each experience strengthening their growing bond and their common goals. Their shared dreams hung in the air like the pleasant aroma of coffee swirling around them, forging an unbreakable connection. "You know," Karen began thoughtfully, "traveling means more than just seeing new places. It's about sharing those moments with someone special. Nathan nodded, his smile widening as he felt the truth in her words. He replied, "Absolutely. Each destination can become a beautiful memory, especially when you have the right person by your side." As they exchanged glances, the unspoken understanding between them deepened, a realization dawning that the adventures they dreamed of were about more than travel. They were about building a life filled with love, trust, and mutual respect. Karen's heart swelled with possibility as they continued to exchange ideas about their potential escapades. "As I read travel magazines and travel guides, and niche magazines options like boat rental, foods, fashion, I've always imagined going to some of those exotic places." Smiling, she said, "We can go together. Imagine us tasting local delicacies in Japan or exploring the scenic cliffs of Cinque-Terre," she said, her voice brimming with enthusiasm. Nathan's expression mirrored her excitement, his eyes lighting up further as he added, "And what about a beach getaway in Bali? Just endless sunsets and relaxing by the ocean." Karen could almost feel the warmth of the sun on her skin as they painted vivid pictures of their dream vacations, each destination feeling more real with every word spoken. As they lingered over their remaining pastries, time seemed to stand still. Karen's heart fluttered with a blend of excitement and vulnerability, the anticipation of what lay ahead intertwining with the thrill of the present. Nathan leaned in closer, his voice lowering to a conspiratorial whisper, "So, how about we start with a weekend getaway to Jeju Island?" Karen's eyes widened in delight, imagining the scenic coastlines and volcanic landscapes. "That sounds incredible," she replied enthusiastically, her mind racing with thoughts of adventures waiting to unfold. Nathan's smile deepened, his determination to make these dreams a reality igniting a warm glow in Karen's heart, reinforcing the bond they were forging. With a shared glimmer of adventure in their eyes, they both felt a growing certainty that together, they could conquer any journey life had to offer. Their laughter rang out like music, a beautiful harmony amidst the growing tapestry of their lives intertwined. As their dreams of travel spun like a beautiful tapestry, Karen and Nathan couldn't help but feel the world opening up before them. They sat side by side, exchanging laughs and stories, the warmth between them palpable. The vibrant energy of Seoul surrounded them, yet they felt like they had created their little universe where anything was possible. With each word, they laid another brick in the foundation of a partnership marked by adventure, trust, and shared aspirations. Karen and Nathan understood that their journey was beginning, a magnificent adventure filled with love and discovery. As they ventured into the future, they embraced each moment, knowing that the beauty of life was in the unexpected twists that fate intertwined. Together, they would create a story worth telling, one filled with endless possibilities. Karen gazed out at the Han River, her heart dancing with anticipation. "You know, we take everything for granted. Look at this beautiful sunset the Almighty God has created," she remarked. "All this dreaming makes me realize how much I want to explore the unknown," she mused, the shimmering water reflecting her spirit. Nathan leaned in closer, intrigued, his curiosity piqued. "What do you mean by the unknown?" he asked, his voice soft but full of interest. With a gentle smile, Karen explained, "It's about stepping outside my comfort zone, experiencing life in its fullest form with you by my side." Nathan nodded, impressed by her openness, feeling a strong connection deepen with each word she shared. "Adventure is daunting, but I think with you, I can tackle anything," Karen continued, her voice steady and full of promise. Nathan's expression mirrored his enthusiasm as he replied, "That's the spirit. We'll take on the world together, one step at a time." The excitement in the air built around them like the vibrant colors of a sunset, framing their newfound bond. Karen felt her apprehensions about the future fade, replaced by a wave of confidence. Each conversation they shared was a building block of trust and hope, paving the way for countless memories yet to come. "So, should we start planning our first adventure?" she proposed, her eyes wide with eagerness. Nathan grinned, his heart racing at the thought. Absolutely, let's make a list, he said, pulling out his phone, ready to document their dreams. Karen's excitement bubbled over as she suggested a myriad of destinations. How about we start with Jeju Island for its breathtaking coastlines and clear blue waters, she proposed, a sparkle in her eyes. Nathan nodded vigorously, that sounds perfect. The beaches there are stunning, and we can hike Halasan together. They both envisioned sun-soaked days filled with laughter and exploration. And we could visit some of those incredible waterfalls too, Karen added, imagining the mist on her skin. I can't wait to see the sunrise at Seonsan Ilcholbong, Nathan exclaimed, his voice filled with enthusiasm. They both dreamed up a vibrant itinerary, each place igniting their imaginations further, fueling a connection that felt as limitless as the ocean before them. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, they finished drafting their initial adventures, a beautiful promise of the experiences waiting in the wings. Karen and Nathan smiled at one another, their hearts intertwining like the waves receding along the shore, knowing that each new experience would weave another thread in the tapestry of their blossoming love. Next, let's explore Tokyo, Karen suggested with infectious excitement. I've always wanted to stroll through Shibuya Crossing and eat some authentic sushi. Nathan's eyes lit up at her enthusiasm, and he replied, oh, that definitely has to be on our list. The energy there is electric, and I can't wait to experience it with you. Karen felt a rush of joy at the thought of sharing these experiences with him. And we can visit the cherry blossoms in the spring. I can already picture us surrounded by those beautiful pink petals, she added, her voice filled with dreamy anticipation. Nathan reached for her hand, giving it a reassuring squeeze. Absolutely, we'll capture each moment together and make memories that will last a lifetime. They spent the next hour exchanging travel stories, laughter filling the cafe as they continued to build their dream itinerary. Each destination they discussed brought them closer, intertwining their hopes into a vibrant fabric of shared adventure. As the sun finally set behind the Han River, casting a golden glow across the water, Karen and Nathan felt a profound sense of peace, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead with hearts wide open. Karen, brimming with excitement, said, and how about we throw the Amalfi Coast into the mix? Just imagine those breathtaking cliffside views. We could embrace Dolce Vita together. Nathan nodded enthusiastically, yes. It's the perfect setting for romantic moments and coastal adventures. I can already taste the limoncello. Karen laughed, her heart soaring at the imagery. Picture us wandering through Positano, hand in hand, stopping at every gelato shop, she added, enthusiasm palpable in her voice. And we could explore hidden coves, just you and me, with the sun shining down. Nathan's eyes sparkled with the vision. Staying at a quaint villa overlooking the sea, with fresh pasta every night, he proposed, leaning closer, captivated by their shared dreams. Karen smiled as their conversation transported them to sun-drenched shores, feeling the warmth of connection deepen. Those moments will be ours forever, she mused softly, wiping away any lingering doubts from her heart. Nathan held her gaze, silently affirming that their adventures together were not just dreams but a reality waiting to unfold. We'll capture every sunset, he vowed with determination, and every laugh along the way. With that, Karen felt a wave of gratitude wash over her, grateful for the unexpected love she found that bloomed in the heart of Seoul. Their plans for the future weaved a tapestry rich with colors of joy, trust, and endless exploration, as they moved forward hand in hand into the promise of tomorrow. Karen leaned back in her chair, her mind racing with excitement. You know what? Let's not just stop at the Amalfi Coast. I've always dreamed of experiencing the northern lights in Iceland, she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Nathan's brow raised in surprise, and then he grinned, the idea clearly igniting his adventurous spirit. That's a mesmerizing vision. Just think of the nights under the stars, Watching the colors dance across the sky, he replied, his voice filled with awe. Karen could feel the thrill of adventure pulsating between them, each destination painting a vivid picture of shared experiences to come. We could zip through the snow on snowmobiles or soak in those geothermal pools, she added, her imagination soaring high above the icy landscapes. Nathan nodded, warmth radiating from his smile. Absolutely, and we'll explore those stunning ice caves, creating memories against the backdrop of such breathtaking nature, he said, the excitement palpable in the air. As they reveled in the thought of future escapades, Karen could feel the giddy rush of possibilities filtering through her heart, igniting her spirit like never before. I can't believe how much we have to look forward to, she remarked, her voice softening, a sense of reassurance washing over her. Nathan reached out, his hand gently resting atop hers. Whatever we do, I know it'll be unforgettable as long as I'm with you, he promised, sincerity evident in his eyes. In that moment, Karen understood that their journey was about so much more than the places they would visit. It was about the love and camaraderie blossoming along the way, creating a beautiful tapestry of shared dreams and adventures. With renewed zeal, they began brainstorming even more destinations, each idea reaffirming the magic of their connection. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Karen glanced at Nathan, her heart brimming with excitement. What if we also make winding road trips a part of our adventures? She proposed, the idea lighting up her face. Imagine us driving along the Pacific Coast Highway, the ocean on one side and cliffs on the other. Nathan chuckled, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. That's brilliant, the wind in our hair, the music playing, and spontaneous stops to savor beachside treats. Karen nodded enthusiastically, feeling a surge of joy at the thought of those moments. We could take turns picking the music and enjoying the open road together, just soaking it all in. Each word exchanged felt like a thread, weaving them closer and binding their spirits in shared anticipation. Nathan's gaze turned serious, yet warm as he replied, and during those peaceful moments, we can talk about anything, everything, and just be ourselves. Karen smiled softly, envisioning their laughter echoing in the car as they traversed new horizons together. I can't wait, she replied, her voice a gentle whisper, filled with affection and promise, ready for whatever new adventure awaited them. Let's map out our route, Karen suggested, her fingers dancing over the imaginary landscape. We can start in Los Angeles, make our way to San Francisco, and feast on the views from Big Sur. Nathan nodded, his excitement palpable. And we should hit up those quirky roadside attractions along the way, a giant rubber duck, anyone? Karen laughed, picturing the peculiar sights they'd encounter. Absolutely, and we can document our adventures on social media, sharing our journey with friends and family. As they considered the itinerary, their minds united in anticipation, and each destination became a stepping stone into their future filled with laughter, shared experiences, and unparalleled connection. This is going to be such an adventure, Nathan said, his eyes glimmering with joy. I'm so glad we're doing this together. Kendra felt a warmth spread in her chest, realizing that each moment they spent planning was solidifying a bond rich with possibility. I can't wait to explore life alongside you. Karen smiled at Nathan, feeling the weight of their shared dreams enveloping them like a warm embrace. You know, every idea we discuss feels like a plan, she said, her voice dancing with excitement. I can already picture us taking those road trips, feeling the rush of freedom. Nathan leaned back, his eyes sparkling as he replied, It's amazing how quickly we're creating this life together, filled with adventures. He paused briefly, a contemplative expression crossing his face. It's more than just trips, it's about the journey we'll take side by side. Karen nodded thoughtfully, her heart swelling with affirmation. Yes, every laugh, every quiet moment, and every exhilarating experience will be part of our story. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden light over the city, They both felt an undeniable sense of anticipation for the beautiful chapter that lay ahead. Karen took a deep breath, grounding herself in the moment. "I want to remember every detail of this journey we're about to embark on," she said, her tone earnest. Nathan's smile widened, his heart swelling with gratitude for her sincerity. "Let's commit to documenting it all," he suggested, excitement lacing his words. "A travel journal or even a shared blog could be perfect for capturing our memories." Kendra's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm as she envisioned the two of them sitting down to write about their experiences together, chronicling both the joys and the challenges. "That's a brilliant idea. We can include photos, snippets of our adventures, and all the silly moments too," she added with a laugh, imagining the lighthearted fun in their documentation. Nathan nodded, imagining the laughter they could share while looking back at those pages. "Every trip will tell our story," he affirmed, the weight of anticipation filling the air around them. They exchanged excited glances, envisioning a future rich with love and adventure, solidified by shared memories and dreams. Karen's heart raced as they solidified their plans, cherishing the delightful idea of capturing their journey together. "And we can even make it a tradition to reflect on our experiences at the end of each trip," she suggested, her enthusiasm infectious. Nathan grinned, his eyes dancing with delight. "I love that. It will bring us closer and deepen our connection even further." Karen nodded eagerly, feeling the roots of their partnership grow stronger with every shared dream. "We can brainstorm what we've learned and the moments that touched us the most," she continued, her imagination weaving colorful scenarios. Nathan's warm gaze held hers, filling the space between them with promise and excitement. "Every adventure will become a treasure trove of memories, a beautiful timeline of our life together," he mused, his voice resonating with heartfelt sincerity. Karen beamed, realizing that each step they took toward these new experiences would only enrich their love story, carrying them into a future alive with possibility. Karen leaned closer, her eyes alight with excitement. "And we should definitely add a hiking adventure to our list," she exclaimed, her enthusiasm bubbling over. Nathan's brow furrowed with curiosity. "Hiking? What do you have in mind?" he asked, intrigued by her vision. "How about exploring the Rocky Mountain National Park?" Karen suggested, her imagination painting pictures of majestic peaks and serene lakes. "Just think of all the breathtaking views and the thrilling trails waiting for us." Nathan's smile grew wider as he envisioned themselves amidst the grandeur of nature. "Absolutely, we can take long walks and find hidden gems along the way," he replied, his heart racing with the thought of those adventures together. "But the trips would be very expensive." "Don't worry about expenses," she said. They both felt the thrill of the journey unfolding before them, a canvas waiting for their footprints to be marked in exploration and shared joy. "Imagine waking up to fresh mountain air, with the sun rising over the peaks," Karen said, her voice rich with enthusiasm. Nathan nodded in agreement, captivated by the vision. "And after a day of hiking, we can sit around a campfire, sharing stories under a blanket of stars," he added, his eyes shining with excitement. Karen smiled, her heart swelling at the thought of intimate moments like those, weaving their connection deeper within the embrace of nature. "It's about creating memories that bond us even more tightly," she said softly, envisioning the joy in every step they shared on those trails. With each passing conversation, Karen and Nathan's connection grew stronger, solidifying their belief that love could truly flourish in the most unexpected moments. Karen said, "Nathan, I have a confession to make." She said, "Together, we have embraced the adventures that await, ready to craft a beautiful narrative filled with laughter and understanding to narrate to our future children and grandchildren." Howell looked at her, his forehead creased. He didn't know what she had concealed from him. They had been talking together for several weeks, but she didn't say anything to him. He felt a bit guilty for not asking about her past. He asked, "What is it, Karen?" She looked at him, held his hands, and said, "Before embarking on our plans, I want to tell you something, but it has to be in private. What about us going to the park and sitting down to talk? It's about my ex-husband and me. He's looking for me right now." Nathan looked at her and said, "Okay," she whispered, "that man is not a nice man. Let me leave it to that until we talk. I want you to be aware." He looked at her quietly. She added, "We've been having such fun, we were building something. I didn't want to say anything to jeopardize what we have." He felt unsettled but remained calm. What could he expect from her ex-husband? What was he all about? Was his life in danger? Because Nathan didn't know the sort of man her ex was. She told him to be aware. He said, "It's my fault, I guess, but what can I expect?" She looked at him, smiled, and said, "Don't worry about anything. Right now, we are talking lowly because I don't want to be overheard. I don't know who is watching or listening to our conversation. I will talk to you when we are alone." He was really panicking. He blanked and replied, "You should have told me from the start, Karen." He nodded and said with a tense expression, "I'll say it again, it's my fault, because I thought you wouldn't put my life in danger." She held her gaze and said gently, "Nathan, let's go somewhere else to talk." She paused and said softly, "You will understand me when I explain things to you."